Hey, what's up guys? This is 9Lives coming at you with another video. So last night, Sledgehammer Games released a new patch for Call of Duty World War II, and they nerfed the snipers a little bit. So at launch in Call of Duty World War II, the way the sniper rifles would work is essentially when you scope in, it would be in the exact center of your screen. It would be in the center of your screen for about like half a second or so, and then there would start to be some idle sway. Now, the reason this was nice for snipers is because if you're able to consistently line your enemies up, you could take them out at, medium ranges without really having to do many adjustments in your scope, because you could line them up before you're fully scoped in. Now with this new patch that just came out last night to nerf the sniper scopes a little bit, there's immediately going to be idle sway when you scope in, so it brings a little bit of an element of luck to medium range quickscopes. So I'll show you what I mean. This is just the Springfield in the shooting range here, and you can see when I scope in, it's not always going to be at the center of my screen. The center of my screen here is actually the head of that target there, so right, they would be like a perfect headshot. But you can see when I scope in, sometimes it's way off to the left, like that one right there. Sometimes it's way off to the right, even though I'm aiming at his head. So because Sledgehammer Games has now introduced this element of luck to where you're actually going to be scoping in when you aim down sights with a sniper rifle, I would highly recommend trying to reduce the amount of luck involved by adding a ballistic calibration attachment to your sniper rifle. So I'll show you what that looks like. Usually I was running full metal jacket, but because of this patch, I'm now running the ballistic calibration. Now when I scope in, the diameter of where my crosshairs might actually end up is a lot smaller. So because of this new patch, I would really recommend forgetting about FMJ. Don't ever use FMJ while the snipers are like this. You're going to be wanting to use ballistic calibration because you really don't want that element of luck in your shot. So you want to reduce that as much as you can. It's pretty standard for everybody to be running extended mags and rapid fire. So in order to get 3 attachments at the same time on your primary weapon, you need to be running the primed basic training. By the way, a lot of you guys were asking me to bring back my old intro, and I was a bit hesitant to be using it for Call of Duty World War II because some people were saying that it was annoying, but in my last video somebody commented, "Where is the intro, the one with the kids screaming?" And I told you guys I thought some people thought it was annoying, but then everybody who replied said that they liked it and that they wanted it back. So there you go. That's why I'm back to using that intro. Let me know with a comment down below if you're happy with the intro or if you think it's annoying. I've been debating it myself for the last few months, and I was thinking I was gonna phase it out, but if you guys like it, then I'll keep it. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about this new sniper nerf affecting the amount of scope in sway that you get immediately when you look through the scope on the sniper rifles in this game. So what was really interesting to me about it is the way they addressed it in the patch notes. So every time they release a patch for this game, they're going to have patch notes from the developers saying what they changed and everything like that. And the way that the sniper changes were listed is it says, fixed a bug with all sniper rifles zooming into the exact center when aiming down the sights. So that was surprising to me that they called it a bug, because I figured it was meant to be that way. I noticed immediately when playing the beta that the scope zoomed into the exact center of the screen. And it was only if you're using the full scope. If you're using the 4x scope, so like the ACOG scope, it would have sway immediately when you scoped in. And I figured, okay, well, there's a disadvantage to using the 4x scope, because the intention of using a 4x magnification scope is that you're going to be using it more close range because it has less magnification. So you're running around with it in kind of close quarters. So I figured, okay, there's the disadvantage of the 4x scope. It has a lot more sway immediately when you scope in, so it's harder to get longer range shots with it, which makes sense. And then in contrast to that, the regular scope would zoom into the center of the screen to make it a little bit easier to make medium range shots, or maybe even long range shots sometimes. Especially because there's no aim assist on the Kar 98K sniper rifle, the Springfield 1903 sniper rifle. Apparently there's a little bit of aim assist on the Commonwealth, or the Lee Enfield as it's called now, but I haven't really, nobody's really using the Lee Enfield because it's too slow, it gets too many hit markers. So realistically everybody's basically using the Springfield, or more commonly the Kar 98K, neither of which have aim assist. So to me, it seemed like, again, that it was an intentional thing by the developers to allow you to scope in at the exact center of your screen because there's no aim assist, so it's not like your aim's being artificially slowed down to make it easier to make the shot. You have to do it entirely by yourself. And mind you, every other gun in the game, except for these few sniper rifles, have regular aim assist. So all the SMGs, all the assault rifles, all the LMGs, all the shotguns, they all have aim assist just like normal, but the sniper rifles don't. And then by adding this idle sway when you scope in so that you don't actually end up scoping in where you are aiming, snipers will now also have to try to correct the randomness of the scope in each time before they take a shot. So it's really not that big of a deal. Like if you're already good at sniping, it's not like all of a sudden you're gonna start going negative. Realistically, it's a pretty minor tweak, but what we've seen in the past with these types of situations is sometimes it's a slippery slope. So I don't know if they're just saying that it was a bug that needed to be fixed or it was actually a bug that needed to be fixed and it wasn't intentional. A big part of why I thought it was intentional when I started playing the game is because in the beta, which was back in August, they had this exact thing. You could scope into the very center of your screen with the sniper rifles, and then the idle sway would start like half a second afterwards. And then when the full game released, like 3 months later, they still had that. So that to me really reinforced that it's meant to be that way. It's part of the balancing, and I thought it made sense. By the way, there's a split quad feed. That's what ended up being the intro to this video, like the play of the game thing or the bronze star. Just thought I'd mention that. It's unfortunately got split. This is an insane map though. I can't believe how like spawn trappy this map is. It's really kind of interesting the way they made it. But anyways, so I mentioned that sometimes it is a slippery slope, and I just wanted to explain what I mean there. So in previous Call of Duty games, there's been a few times where sniper rifles would be nerfed multiple times throughout the year, and usually it ends up being a result of people complaining about snipers. So a lot of people, we all know, complain about being sniped. They complain about it to the developers, they complain about it on forums and on Reddit and on everywhere you could possibly complain. And then the developers look at that feedback and they end up nerfing the snipers. Usually the way I feel about the nerfs is that they happen as a result of community feedback, not because of what makes the most sense for balancing. Even in this game, the sniper rifles are already at a disadvantage because the scope in speed, yeah, it's only 0.334 seconds on the Kar 98 to scope in, but if somebody's competent with an assault rifle or an SMG, they should be able to kill you no problem if you're trying to quickscope them close or medium range. So I really don't think that when people complain about snipers and being quickscoped and that type of stuff, that they're actual logical complaints. They're more like of an emotional thing, which I understand, but I don't think the developers should make balancing changes based on that. And I guess another argument would be, you know, they don't really use sniper rifles and they especially don't quickscope very much at all in competitive Call of Duty. If you watch any competitive Call of Duty in like the tournaments where they've got money on the line, they're not going to be running around quickscoping because it's not an effective way to play if you actually want to get as many kills as you possibly can. I would do much better with an SMG or an assault rifle. So that's why, just preemptively here, I want to say that, okay, if this is a start of a series of sniper nerfs, we got to be careful here because it could be a slippery slope where they end up giving us a whole bunch of these unjustified nerfs. Just because of that portion of the player base that's kind of misunderstanding what's going on. And again, I don't necessarily know for sure if this particular patch to affect the, you know, the way the scopes behave in Call of Duty World War II was meant to be a nerf and they're calling it a bug, or if it was actually a bug and they're just fixing it. But I'm going to be kind of on alert for anything else that happens to the snipers in this game, and I'll keep on letting you guys know as things change. I guess we might as well give Sledgehammer the benefit of the doubt and, you know, assume that, yeah, this was a bug and it just needed to be fixed. But we'll see. So in Call of Duty Ghosts, it was the last game that I covered where I really told you guys about each little thing that they changed with the snipers throughout the year. I haven't been that involved since Call of Duty Ghosts and keeping you guys up to date with what's going on with like sniper nerfs and stuff. But this year you can be assured that if they change anything with the sniper rifles after this, I'll make update videos to let you know what's going on, and we can talk about it and have a discussion about it. If you're a longer time subscriber of mine and you've been around for a while, you've been watching my videos, you might be familiar with how in depth I'll actually go sometimes into talking about sniper nerfs, because I really like to argue in favor of, you know, snipers being a decently viable option in Call of Duty. I don't want them to be better than the other guns in the game, but I want them to be balanced. So this video is kind of preemptive in case we need to get into that, but who knows? It really depends on what the developers end up doing throughout the rest of the year. But just wanted to keep you guys up to date with what's going on with the snipers in this game. I hope you guys like this type of video. If you do, make sure you leave a like. It only takes 2 seconds to hit that like button, and I really appreciate it. I'll have a video coming out soon comparing the different sniper rifles in this game. So I think I'll compare the Kar 98 to the Springfield to the Commonwealth, and see how the different weapons compare, what are the pros and cons of each one. And also I'll do updates on that type of thing as new guns are added to the game, because I'm sure they'll probably add some more sniper rifles. And I'll also have a new episode of my Sniper Secret series coming out soon. Oh wow, I just lined up for a triple there with the 2 teammates in front of me. I'm gonna have another episode of Sniper Secrets coming out soon, which is where I talk about like the different quirks and tricks that you can do with the sniper rifles in this game. I already uploaded a quickscoping tutorial just the other day, so if you missed the quickscoping tutorial, I'd definitely recommend checking it out. It's pretty awesome. Spent a lot of time on that video, definitely a lot more effort than a regular video. Did some like motion track editing and stuff like this, so I'll put the link in the end screen at the end of this video if you want to check that out, if you want to check out the quickscoping tutorial. Even if you're an experienced sniper, I think that it's worthwhile to check out the quickscoping tutorial, because the idea is to help you improve and get as good as you possibly can at quickscoping. Not necessarily just showing you the basics, but showing you how you can take it to the next level as well. So again, that will be linked on the screen at the end of the video in the last 20 seconds if you want to check that out. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss any sniping related updates throughout the year, you can subscribe so that you get that delivered to your subscription feed, and you can also turn on notifications so you get an alert when a new video from me goes up. So that's the end of the match right there. We got 200 points, the enemy got 127. I got 52 kills, and 52 kills isn't too crazy, but I chose this gameplay because I thought it was a little bit more exciting than usual. Got that quad feed kill cam at the halftime. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys soon with a new video. Peace.